Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, we're diving into a terrifying mystery. Tu Tien disappears right after going to harvest oranges, and Jack searches the market and empty countryside roads
Excuse
with
me,
little
have you
Anna
seen this
in
little
his
girl?
arms,
Try down
only
that
to find a
aisle, sir.
trail that could change everything. If you enjoy emotional, dramatic stories like this, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next episodes. The 7-day tour ends with tired legs, a messy suitcase, and Anna falling asleep the second her head touches a pillow. Home feels quiet after airports and hotels, just the fish pond, the banana trees, and the soft creak of the wooden door. Winter morning comes pale and cold. Tu Tien wakes first, careful not to disturb Anna. Their daughter is 15 months old now, with 2 small braids tied on each side. Even half asleep, Anna senses her mother moving and reaches for her sleeve like a tiny anchor. "Morning, baby," Tu Tien whispers. In the kitchen, Mother Ly is boiling tea. She glances at the woven basket by the wall. "Oranges today?" Tu Tien nods. "The orchard's ready. If I harvest now, we can sell before the price drops." "And Anna goes with you?" Tu Tien hesitates. Anna usually follows her everywhere during the day, but the orchard path is steep, and a heavy basket plus a toddler is asking for trouble. "She stays with you for a few hours," Tu Tien says softly. "I'll walk up, pick fast, and come straight back." Right on cue, Anna toddles in, braids slightly crooked, clutching a toy cup. She sees the basket and reaches for it, as if she's volunteering. Tu Tien kneels and kisses her forehead. "You help Grandma today. Mummy will be back soon." Jack appears at the doorway, already dressed for work. He's back in project mode, that focused look that says his mind is measuring timelines and risks. "You're heading out early," he says. "Just to the orchard," Tu Tien replies, tightening the basket straps. Jack watches her hands. "If you feel dizzy, call me." Tu Tien's smile is quick and practiced. "I'm fine. Just winter sleepiness." Jack squeezes her shoulder. "I'll be home before dark." "I'll be home before you," she promises, then steps into the cold and starts walking alone, because when Jack isn't with her, she goes on foot. Jack drives his car into town. Today is important. He's meeting Mr. Vin to review the B32 bridge project. An opportunity big enough to lift his company to another level and risky enough to attract enemies. At the office, Mr. Vin closes the conference room door and slides papers across the table. "Boss, someone's messing with us." Jack scans delivery logs and a schedule with suspicious changes. "2 late deliveries," Vin says. "1 batch came in undergrade, and last night the site manager got a call from someone using your name. They tried to change the concrete pour time." Jack's jaw tightens. "Did he change it?" "No, he called me first." Jack exhales slowly. "So someone wants us to look careless." "If the client loses trust, we're finished before we start," Vin says. Jack leans forward. "From now on, no schedule changes unless they come from my phone and my email. Double-check every delivery, photograph every batch. If a supplier looks suspicious, we replace them. And review every site camera. I'll want a face." The day becomes a blur of calls and checks. Jack stays calm on the outside, but his mind keeps pulling in 2 directions. The B32 project on one side, and Tu Tien walking alone on the orchard trail on the other. By late afternoon, he drives home under a sky that turns dark too early. The yard looks normal, but the house feels wrong the moment he steps inside. No kitchen noise, no soft humming, just Anna's small babble. "Tu?" Jack calls. No answer. Mother Ly appears with Anna on her hip. One braid has come loose. She hasn't come back? Jack asks. Mother Ly shakes her head. Not yet. I thought she'd be home before you. Jack calls. Ring. Ring. Nothing. He calls again. Still nothing. She could have no signal, Mother Ly says, trying to steady her voice. Or her battery died. Jack nods, but his hands start moving, lighting the stove, putting rice on, cleaning counters like dinner can summon Tu Tien back through the door. Jack crouches to Anna's level. Where's Mommy? Anna points toward the door, then makes a vague gesture toward the hills, then hugs his knee. Night settles, dinner cools. Jack reheats it once. He calls Tu Tien again. Nothing. Finally, he grabs his keys. Mum, stay here with Anna. If Tu Tien comes back, call me immediately. Mother Ly's eyes are tight with worry. Jack, don't do anything reckless. I'm just driving the route, Jack says. If she slipped, if she's stuck somewhere, I'll find her. He drives slowly along the road between fields, headlights cutting through the dark. He stops near the orchard path and calls her name. Only wind answers. He checks the stream shortcut, the bend where the road narrows, the places people usually rest with heavy baskets. Nothing. No basket. No sign. He tells himself practical reasons first. She stopped to chat with a neighbor. She helped someone carry a load. She's waiting for the fog to lift. But each minute that passes makes those reasons feel thinner. Tu Tien is careful. She knows every stone on that path, and if she ever got stuck, she would have found a way to message him, unless her phone was gone or her hands were too shaky to use it. Back at the office, Vin's warning echoes in his head. If someone is bold enough to tamper with a bridge schedule, what else are they bold enough to do? Jack grips the steering wheel harder, scanning every roadside shadow, every parked motorbike, every pair of headlights, as if the dark itself might answer. Near midnight, he returns home with his throat burning from calling her name. Mother Ly is still awake, Anna asleep against her chest. She didn't come back, Jack says, like speaking it makes it real. Mother Ly hesitates, then adds carefully, Jack, today at the market, I ran into Mrs. Thu, an old friend. She kept pushing me about investing in land in the south. She asked about our savings. Jack's stomach drops again. Missing wife, sabotaged project, and now someone circling their money. He paces, eyes flicking to the doorway. Tomorrow I'm going to the district market. I'll ask everyone. Somebody saw her. Mother Ly nods, holding Anna tighter. Outside, the banana leaves rustle like a warning. Jack whispers into the quiet, please let her be safe. Because if Tu Tien doesn't walk through that door soon, Jack knows the next day won't just be searching, it will be answers and the truth about who dared to pull their family apart. The room is still cold, the kind of cold that makes the air feel sharp when you inhale. He sits up and reaches for his phone before his eyes are even fully open, thumb hovering over the same contact he's called too many times. Tu Tien. No missed call, no message, just silence. Beside him, Tu Tien's side of the bed is untouched. The blanket is folded back the way she does when she wakes up early, but she isn't here. Jack's chest tightens. In the next room, he hears a soft toddler whine, then a familiar hush. Mother Ly's voice, low and steady. Jack steps out. Mother Ly is sitting on a small chair near the doorway, rocking Anna in her arms. Anna is 15 months old, her two little braids slightly messy from sleep. She's half awake, rubbing her eyes with one fist, the other clutching her small stuffed toy like it's a lifeline. When Anna sees Jack, she lifts both arms immediately. "Bah!" she murmurs, voice thick with sleep. Jack takes her, holding her close enough to feel her warm breath against his neck. His throat burns. He kisses the top of her head, then looks at Mother Ly. "Did she come back late?" he asks, already knowing the answer. Mother Ly shakes her head. "I waited until midnight. I thought maybe she stopped to talk to someone or the path was slippery, but nothing." Jack looks down at Anna's face. She blinks up at him, confused but calm as long as she's in his arms. "I'm going to find her," he says. Mother Loy's eyes are red from worry she tried to swallow. "Take Anna here. Don't bring her into this." Jack hesitates. Leaving Anna behind feels wrong, like he's abandoning the only piece of Tu Tien he can hold. But dragging a toddler into panic and searching feels just as wrong. Anna presses her cheek to his shoulder, small fingers gripping his shirt. "She goes where I go," Jack says quietly. "At least until we know something." Mother Ly stands, moving quickly now. She grabs a small bag and stuffs it with diapers, wipes, a bottle of water, and a few snacks. She presses it into Jack's hand like it's armor. "If Tu Tien comes home," Jack says, voice hard with fear, "call me immediately, don't wait." "I will," Mother Ly promises. Jack carries Anna out into the yard, the winter air biting his face awake. His car sits there with a thin layer of dew on the windshield. He straps Anna into her little seat in the back, checks the belt twice, then starts the engine. As the car rolls down the dirt lane toward town, Jack keeps glancing at the passenger mirror, like he expects Tu Tien to appear behind them, walking fast, waving him down, annoyed but safe. Nothing. The district market is already loud when he arrives. Metal shutters are clanging open, vendors are calling prices, motorbikes weave through tight gaps. The smell hits him. Fish, herbs, grilled cakes, smoke, wet earth. Normally this place would feel familiar. Today it feels like a crowd hiding secrets. Jack parks and lifts Anna out. She stares wide-eyed at everything, her braids bouncing slightly as she turns her head. Bright fruit piles, swinging plastic toys, the blur of people. "Mommy's here somewhere," Jack whispers to her. "More prayer than certainty." He starts asking. At the orange stall, the seller shakes his head. At the banana corner, a woman says she hasn't seen Tu Tien since 2 days ago. Jack moves from lane to lane, repeating her name until it starts to sound strange in his mouth. "Tu Tien, did you see Tu Tien yesterday? She came down from the orchard, basket on her back." People recognize him. Some look worried and immediately answer. Some look away. A few shrug like they don't want to be pulled into anything complicated. Anna begins to fuss. Jack buys a small bun and breaks it into pieces, feeding her with fingers that won't stop shaking. "You eat," he tells her softly. Bar's still asking. Near the vegetable section, an older woman pauses mid-sale, squinting like she's pulling a memory from a messy drawer. "Tu Tien," she says slowly. "Yesterday, I think I saw her." Jack leans forward so fast his heart feels like it flips. "Where? When?" "Late afternoon," she says. "Near the canal road. She was walking." Jack's breath catches. "Walking alone?" The woman's voice drops. "Not exactly. There were 2 men on a motorbike. They weren't buying anything. They were behind her. Not too close, but close enough that I noticed." Jack's skin goes cold. "Did she look scared?" "I don't know," the woman admits. "I only saw them for a moment."
but it didn't feel normal. Jack forces himself not to explode in the middle of the market.
He nods, thanks her, and steps away with Anna still on his hip. His hand goes straight to his phone. Officer Thu answers on the second ring, voice sharp, like she's already running.
"Jack!"
"It's me," he says.
"Tu Tien is missing."
"She went to harvest oranges yesterday morning and never came home. Someone at the market saw 2 men following her near the canal road late afternoon." A short pause then. "Did anyone get a license plate?" "Not that I know." "Okay," Thu says. "Stay calm. I'll have a team check the area. I'll also look into nearby cameras, shops, intersections, anything that might catch that road." Jack looks down at Anna, who is watching his mouth move as if she can understand every word. "I'm going to the canal road now," Jack says. "Don't confront anyone," Thu warns immediately. "If you see anything suspicious, keep distance and call me. Do you understand?" Jack swallows. "I understand." He ends the call and heads back to his car. The canal road is quieter than the market, and that quiet makes everything worse. Fields stretch out on both sides. Grass moves with the wind. A few birds lift off as the car passes. Jack drives slowly, scanning every path entrance, every dip in the weeds, every place a person could step off the road without being seen. He pulls over twice, getting out with Anna in his arms, calling Tu Tien's name into the wind. "Tu Tien!" Only the fields answer back. Back at home, Mother Ly paces the yard, checking the gate like staring harder might make her daughter-in-law appear. And then, as if timing itself is cruel, Mrs. Thu shows up again. She steps into the yard with a bright smile that doesn't belong to this day. "Ly," she calls warmly. "I came to see you. You've been on my mind." Mother Ly doesn't invite her in. "Not today." Mrs. Thu's eyes flick toward the empty driveway. "Jack isn't home?" Mother Ly's silence is answer enough. Mrs. Thu sighs, folding sympathy over her voice like a blanket. "I heard something happened. That's why I'm saying it again. Land in the south is moving fast. If you invest now, you can help Jack build real security. A mother thinks long-term, right?" Mother Ly's jaw tightens. "My daughter-in-law is missing. And I'm sorry," Mrs. Thu says quickly, "but that's exactly why you must be smart. Life changes in one night. Money protects families." Mother Ly looks at her, eyes hard. "Why are you pushing this so aggressively?" Mrs. Thu laughs softly, like she's offended by the question. "Because I care about you, and because people who hesitate always regret it." Mother Ly's voice goes flat. "Leave. We will not talk about money while we don't even know if Tu Tien is safe." Mrs. Thu's smile slips for half a second, then returns. "Fine. Another day." She turns and walks out, leaving behind perfume and pressure. Far away, behind concrete walls, Tone sits on a prison bunk, face shadowed. An inmate leans close and mutters something about men on the outside. Tone's eyes narrow, anger tightening his mouth. "Not finished," he repeats to himself, voice low. "Then do it again." I'm tired of hearing Jack's name like he's untouchable. Back on the canal road, Jack spots something bright on the dirt shoulder. An orange peel, fresh. Then another peel a few steps ahead, like a trail dropped without thinking. Jack stops the car so suddenly Anna startles. He lifts her out, holding her close, and walks toward the grass line, eyes locked on the ground. "Tu Tien," he calls, voice cracking now. "Tu Tien, are you here?" Anna shifts in his arms and makes a small sound as if the name means something familiar and missing.
Jack takes one careful step forward, and then his phone rings again. Officer Thu. "We found a camera angle near the market road," she says, voice tight. Two men on a motorbike were circling.
They followed a woman matching Tu Tien's description toward the canal road. Jack's knees go weak. "Do you have their faces?" "Yes." "Partial plate too." "Jack, tell me exactly where you are and don't go deeper into any fields. We're on the way." Jack stares at the thick weeds ahead, the orange peels leading into quiet that feels wrong. He tightens his hold on Anna, feeling her small heartbeat against his chest. "I'm on the canal road," he says hoarsely. "Near the fields. I found orange peels." "Stay there," Thu orders. "Do not move forward, do you understand?" Jack swallows hard, eyes fixed on the place where the trail disappears. "I understand," he says, even though every part of him wants to run. After their joyful 7-day tour, life snaps back to routine. Tu Tien straps on her basket and walks up to the orange grove to harvest, planning to be home before dark. Jack heads to the company to meet Mr. Vin about the B32 bridge project, worried a rival is sabotaging the work. But when Jack returns that evening, the house is silent. Tu Tien is gone and her phone won't connect. He cleans, cooks, and waits, listening for footsteps that never come. At dawn, Jack races to the district market, questioning vendors and neighbors, yet no one has seen her. While panic grows, Mother Loy reconnects with an old friend, Mrs. Thu, who insists she invests savings in southern land. Torn between helping Jack and trusting a smooth-talking stranger, Mother Loy wavers, just as Tu Tien's disappearance turns into a chilling mystery.